righty-tighty. Got this motherfucking app to fucking actually work. Trying to beg me to allow it to hog my details, but whatever. We just watched fucking Matrix dig up Keanu's limp corpse, prop him up like a marionette, make him dance for the shitty hipster Western audiences, and then 14-year-olds who've never seen the first Matrix and be like, wow, it's the guy from Fortnite. Matrix 4.
Yeah, that's it, that's about it.
Yeah.
Nothing more to add.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck. Well,
Everything. Oh, Jesus Christ. We were like...
Oh, shit. We've vented a fair bit already.
We've entered a fair bit already, but, you know, we haven't lost steam or anything. Because there's just so much. Like, we're only at half capacity. We're reaching critical mass of roast. Because of this fucking... the heat from this dumpster fire is fueling our rage.
I don't know if I should go for
Warming us up.
Keeping us warm. Giving us fuel to keep going. Unlike Neo, who just sort of sits around moping about, oh, Trinity's not here. I have to make a choice. But then the little Indian girl who nobody cared about was like, oh, it's not actually his choice. Oh, okay.
It's the most important decision you have to make, but you can't make it. Oh, right, okay. And that's like the whole film.
Fucking... And I was saying, like we were saying, right, I'll just start with the first bit I think of, right? Fucking... I had my excitement peaked for like 1 second when they said that the fucking machines were having a war because they were running out of fuel because most of the humans were released. And I thought, oh, that's cool. Like, oh my fucking god, we're going to get an actual machine war. Instead, we just get a bunch of fucking hippies being like, oh, guns. Lots of guns. Haha, what a cool line. Then fucking...
It was like 2 seconds of Terminator.
Yeah, I know.
And then back, I don't know. And then there was the old woman who couldn't even act being old.
She just tried so hard. She was wearing like skinny jeans and dreadlocks. And
she'd forgotten everything.
Yeah.
She was even more senile than the rest of them.
I know.
They were like, oh yeah, no, fucking Neo did save Zion.
Yeah, he did, and then they're just like, oh, you threaten our safety, we're going to put you in a prison.
And then Morpheus was and wasn't there at the same time.
Yeah, like, what even was he?
Did she even realise that was like young Morpheus?
Yeah,
or was it just a different Morpheus?
Yeah.
I still don't understand.
Why they call him Morpheus? What happened to him?
Was he Morpheus in the Matrix?
Yeah.
And after the Matrix, he was just a series of miniature robots.
Yeah, they just... For some reason, a random guy, I'm serious, a completely random guy in a fucking douchey orange suit walks out of a disabled toilet and says, hey, Neo, I'm Morpheus. And then they have a...
Oh, alright.
He's like, you gotta come with me. And Neo's like, get the fuck away from me. You're not Morpheus.
Yeah, and he was right.
And then a guy in a SWAT suit shows up and they have a crappy fight because they use fucking Jason Bourne fucking shaky cam instead of the awesome steady shots that they were using, and none of the like floaty wire work and the cool gun battles. It's just like how like crappy old person fighting. Like Keanu can fight in real life, but they made it look like he's never fought a day in his life.
Anything he was fighting for his life.
Yeah. Just gotta finish this film. Please, just gotta finish it.
Let me out.
At least my torment. That was a metaphor because there was another good bit was when it piqued my interest and we were talking about was when fucking Neil Patrick Harris is the architect, and he's talking about why he trapped Neo and Trinity again, because they resurrected their bodies. It's literally resurrection. Even though Trinity died.
They like rebuilds them.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. And then, don't know why. But he said that the more that people suffer, the more power they get. And that's almost a metaphor for Keanu in real life. His suffering is just powering the film.
God, this franchise is going to be the fucking virus that takes over his life. And he's just going to have to come to the same realization, like at the end of the last trilogy, where he's just got to let himself be killed. do the right thing for everyone and die.
Yeah, like when they were trying to jump off the roof at the end, and I was like, I didn't want this, but compared to the rest of the film, it's made it seem like a preferable option for them to just kill themselves. And then they jump off, and then Trinity is like
just an hour and a half late.
She doesn't change her facial expression as she's jumped off a roof. And these crappy helicopters, one of them takes like 20 years to fly around a building, and we don't even see who's inside them, and they take random shots from the old films and repeat them, like, we're honouring the legacy of our old films, but
they were the best scenes.
They were. The fucking punching Neo super quick against a wall and underneath the helicopter, and that was it. Fucking.
The more that you remember it, the more annoyed you get.
Them and the more it hurts.
Oh God, you're just like, please remove parts of my memory.
Like Tim was like, for 10 minutes in, you can go if you want, we can go, and I'm like, I'm trying to give it a chance, but
10 minutes in. Should we go? Because I can't see this getting any better, and it started off at such a low footing in the rung of the ladder.
I know, like, and I thought the beginning was like, oh, maybe it's an alternate version of Trinity, but they don't hit it up again. It's just a random lady in a leather suit getting her ass kicked, and then the blue-haired lady who would have been cool but didn't do anything.
I just don't understand. Like, what went? What happened? Why? Because they kept like it was like weird. I couldn't understand why they were bigging him up and the original trilogy up so much, and then making it out to be a game.
Yeah.
That it was just done by this wacko old guy.
I wouldn't let them retcon that. I was like, nah, it's not happening. But like it's like, and there was no story to it. There was no real depth, content or context even. It was just like, fucking hell. there was nothing. We didn't know what was happening. They didn't fucking establish what was real or not until halfway through the film.
I mean, we thought we'd do the right thing by watching the entire trilogy before we went to see this film,
which is an excellent play.
Just to like remind ourselves of the whole thing, because the whole thing is just like pretty damn. In my mind, it's like one of the best series of films out there ever.
Yeah, it's pretty banging.
Especially in the last decade, 25 years.
Yeah.
And then this happened, and none of it makes any fucking sense. Like, and there's like no effort made whatsoever to try and, without like riding the,
like put a decent make it honor the first films and take the best things about them and then develop it.
The cinematography, the script, nothing. You fake cat. Like, how hard is it to get a black cat?
Just get a cat.
Get a real fucking cat.
The cat was cute. Like, it was real at first and then it was fake. Like, why?
It's so obvious. But he's watching the fucking pigeon fly
I
away.
know.
Fake pigeon.
Like,
Well, that
come on,
doesn't look
Neo.
Too hard. Oh God. No. Yeah, he is. Oh, then she pulls him away.
And then, like, how could he-
And what was all the whole? She saw him in his real light as like a bald old man.
Yeah, what was that?
Fucking like.
So
weird
I
face
got
appeared.
I got so worried. Like, oh, it turns out the whole thing was some crazy fantasy by some
Oh.
crazy old guy who invented Trinity and Morpheus because he was a cripple who had no life, and like maybe that was there trying to pull it back. Like, oh, we'll make you think it turns shit, so we can say it's.
Wait, yeah, but doesn't Morpheus says that, doesn't he? Is
Yeah,
that-
he says that he's actually an old man.
Then that's the reason why he created Agent Smith and Morpheus, was to like balance out his own ego complex or something.
Yeah,
But then
I
he's
barely
on
got
his
that.
side, and he just and
Like,
then he's part of it. I don't
Yeah.
get it now.
And so what? Trinity was. She was real, but she wasn't. And then, oh my god,
And she hates being called
Tiffany.
because it's too close to Trinity.
Like, you go
Oh,
54 years with a name like Tiffany, you've done something wrong. Like, own it or change it. But yeah, and they had, oh Jesus Christ, like, I didn't get, like, it was fucking, so he thought it was a game, but it was a trick, but it also wasn't, so it was real, but it wasn't real, but it was also real. And
Right, because the whole thing at the beginning was
Yeah.
they're all programs that are made to. Oh right, because that's right, because they kept changing the way that he appeared,
Yeah.
apparently, so that he couldn't be found.
Yeah.
So then they made
that
him
was
out
it.
to be this fucking dopey old games creator.
That's news to me.
Isn't it? Like that, it's coming back to me now. like-
Because I didn't realise that.
No, it's only just like
'Cause it's hard-
sinking in. Because they so yeah, right, so that whole thing at the beginning was they're all obviously part of the program to like keep him there and keep him, and Neil Patrick Harris giving him the blue pills just so he can't like wake up again. But then then he died, but then Neil Patrick Harris put him back together,
Yes.
and then somehow found codes for him, because he mentioned it was really difficult to find
There's a
codes
source
for you.
code, because like the one carries a source code or something.
Right,
And you have
because
to
he's the
make
architect.
Yeah, you have to make a new one or something.
Right, so then he just keeps him doped up and docile. But why? Because what does he get out of
Yeah.
having him there as just a games
Yeah.
producer? He just wanted to bring him back to life just to keep him in a pen
Yeah. Like,
and then keep
what?
them apart. I mean, they can meet in the Matrix, but they can't come together. I don't get it.
Like, and why do they? So they need more power? It's because
Because
they're
they had
running
the
out of power.
robot walls.
Yeah, but we didn't see any of that. And
But then those two themselves
Yeah.
can't be like making up for all that lost power.
no, they can't. There's just two of them. How good? Like Trinity? Fucking hell! Like there was no inkling in the first trilogy that Trinity was meant to be like super powered. Like he can transcend the limits. But then they've just turned her into what? Which is what I call two, because it's an anagram of two. So we got Neo and we got what? And they had the
Oh yeah.
they had the Merovingian in it.
Oh yeah, he made a guest.
He made a fucking
some crazy old guy.
He
He
was
just
just some-
walks off and that's it. We
Yeah.
don't see him again.
Like, please don't tell me that's setting up for a sequel. Like he's just some fucking annoying tramp. He doesn't do anything cool. He's like that bit was the only funny bit where he's like, oh fuck, very Merovingian. But that guy, but then he doesn't do anything.
No,
He doesn't.
He does some swearing in French.
Yes.
Because that's like the best line.
He doesn't feed a lady an orgasm cake. He doesn't.
I felt sad that
Yeah.
Neo said throughout the film that he never believed he was the one.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that.
Oh, that's bull- yeah, I know.
think he did.
He knew
Yeah,
it.
He knew it.
Just not at first.
He just didn't need to say it because obviously you don't say, yeah, I'm the fucking
Yeah,
one, man.
like Harry Potter.
You just fucking pull Trinity out of a flying fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
Because you fucking, there's part of you that's like, I fucking love this woman. And if I need, to save her, I need to prove that I'm the one to myself.
They're trying to retcon his drive, as it were, his belief. Because he believes, but then he just...
Yeah, and that's like the power and the message behind the whole trilogy is like, we all have the fucking potential if we believe that we are the one.
That's what I...
fucking love helps driving it.
Yes.
But then they're just like shut all over that.
That's what I thought they were gonna do. And they, like, Neo had a low point, maybe he forgot some stuff, but then he rises back up through the ranks, realizes he's the one, or fucking owns the role again, and actually fucking becomes the legendary superhero that he was. And they're all like, oh yeah, I remember Neo, I've never met a legend before. Like, what kind of line is that? Like, it'd be funny if Barney, the architect, said legendary or something, I don't know. But then he just doesn't ascend at all. He doesn't go through any journey. I say journey. He doesn't evolve. They just turned him into a mopey old loser.
Jesus.
And I'm not going through chronological order or anything. I'm just listing random points that that how we were talking about it earlier. If we were recording on the way back to the car, it would have been. Oh, you would have loved it even more. But Jesus Christ. Like, even if like I would happily do like 5 more of these.
Oh yeah, I think maybe we just watch it again just to rip into it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's just like.
And then they were saying, like, the bullet time bit, like, he uses his greatest strength against him, but that didn't make any sense, because the bullet time wasn't him going super slow. It was in real time. It was us watching him in slow motion and him going really fast. But then they just turned it so that he's actually going really slow, so that Neil Patrick Harris can like play around with an apple or something. So you can.
Oh man.
And the agents weren't even in it. They're in it in the beginning, and some guy with a pointy nose is like, "Oh, I'm Agent Smith," and then he's not. Like, the agents were literally the coolest. Some of the coolest parts of the first film,
it was
and they weren't even in it.
Yeah, it was just like, what is the word? Not creepy, but the way they because it started off like in exactly the same way, didn't it? They tried to recreate. At first, I thought they're just going to recreate the whole thing, like, but just a newer version, like the new Lion King.
Yeah, it's like make it.
Because even the hotel was the same, and then the police is like sitting on the car the same. And no sir, they're already dead.
They repeated that line, that was the one, but they didn't even repeat a call or anything.
And it wasn't even Agent Smith, it was Morpheus.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay.
Like, that didn't make any sense.
No, it does.
Why is he repeating that line? It's not even Agent Smith. And then he's just like, I can't even remember what they were talking about the first time. It was like, they end up in a room together with the blue-haired lady. And then he's just like, I remember I looked in a mirror and it was a thing. And I'm actually...
Yeah, they had a moment, and they just like realised that,
Like seriously, Morpheus, he was just a completely random guy. He wasn't a mentor to Neo. He didn't know anything. He didn't do anything useful.
He could have just come straight off the streets.
And then, fucking hell. And they rename, and Zion is only like 10 feet below the surface for some reason.
I tell you what, in the first Matrix, where Neo is about to fight Agent Smith down in the train station, and Morpheus gets away on the telephone, and then Trinity gets away just as the agent shoots through the telephone.
Yeah, that bit was so cool. Oh, I love that bit.
That's sick. But the homeless guy?
Yeah.
He's like a better actor than all of them put together. His part was better than the whole entire car.
You could take every random NPC in the first film, like the guy who got his phone stolen, the old lady, the fucking who else?
Oh god, yeah.
The
God,
boss.
just think of all this. Yeah.
Oh my god. Mouse, he was a legend who died a tragic death,
Yeah.
and then they just had like, and they didn't even mention like the slop that tastes like rust. Like, could have just said chicken. That would have worked. Like, that would have had an inkling of nostalgia. Like when he said like nothing treats. I can't even remember. Nothing treats trauma or something, like a bit of nostalgia. It's like, oh, real cool. Like, do you think this is nostalgia, mate? Just taking random shots, inserting them randomly into the film is not nostalgia.
God. Yeah.
Hugo Weaving is nostalgia,
Yeah.
and his absence, along with Lawrence Fishburne's, is already like a good 20-30% off the rating.
Yeah, it's, at least, yeah, you're right. Oh God! I'm trying to like recount scenes just
I know.
to be.
They got the song from the
Yeah.
trailer, but they didn't do anything cool with it. Like
Yeah.
I thought that would be cool. Like, oh, New's got his game is being bastardized by a bunch of annoying hipsters, but then it turned out that they were like actually his friends or something. No, it wasn't that, but
No, they were all robots. Weren't
yeah, they were all programs. And I thought that would be like a funny take on how. I thought that was. I initially thought that was like a self-aware take on the way that old films just get dug up and turned to trash and marketed in completely the wrong way. And like, okay, so it's actually meant to be like self-referential shit. But it wasn't. It was just shit. And then me and Tim were like, first film was the shit. The second one, this one, it's just minus the.
It's just shit. Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
The scenes where they just basically copied.
It had like an ugly sprinkle to it. It was like it
yeah, it was so
there was no sharpness. It was just like
so far from.
just glazed.
Yeah, and that is the thing. Like, kudos. I don't know if I even kudos to attempting to do what they did, because whatever they tried just failed.
Yeah.
But the Matrix, the first Matrix, the Wachowskis, brothers and sisters, whatever you want to be, I don't care. You slam that film out of the fucking park.
You fucking nailed it.
That was the most original shit I think we'll see in our lifetimes, like on film, like
Yeah.
of generations. And then this was like it had nothing original to it.
No.
And even the copying the original scenes was so unoriginal. Somehow.
Yeah.
It's so like awkwardly shit.
Fucking.
I mean, it was the one time I've ever felt like I would not have felt. I wouldn't be embarrassed to leave the cinema. And I kind of wish we just did in the first 10 minutes.
Like we got the. Like I just wanted. I mean, I saw it through, and that was more than it earned, because
Painful, salt in the wound.
it was salt in the wound. Like the silver lining, the Joel silver lining, was that at least for Tim's present, he didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I saved 24 quid.
And I paid.
But I wasted about 6 hours of.
And the shitty
4 hours driving and 2 hours of
the shitty hot dog I had and a fucking mountain of Coke was genuinely, and the piss I had just before getting in the car was genuinely a more pleasant experience than fucking, like, there was literally a part when they were talking just after the Merovingian bit. I was like, I can't do this, please just give me a fight scene, give me the adrenaline rush, because I think it sounds trivial, but it's really not. Because if you get them fighting, like actually fighting, it brings up your emotional level. Like, it makes you invested. Because people, we're tuning in, we're watching them beat the shit out of each other, and we like it. And I don't want to sound too much like Tarantino, He's just like, violence is fun because it's true, but it genuinely makes people invested, and it raises the stakes. But like half the film, they just fucking won't shut the fuck up. They're just having boring speeches about nothing.
Crap scripts.
Crappy scripts.
Trying to like bring it into the modern era by having wanky scripts. I mean, when it first started, it was like, oh, excited! Like, there's the fucking numbers all dropping down, and then it turned out I was like, well, maybe they're onto something here because it's the same numbers. And no,
like,
turns out that's just something. They can't even originally think of a fucking.
It's just the beginning. It was like they argue about nothing.
That's how far back, right to the start, they were like, right, how are we going to do this? Let's just fucking copy what we already know.
And any possibly interesting pieces of lore, like when they're talking on the train, you just don't care, or you can't hear it because the fucking audio is so bad as well. The shaky cam just doesn't belong in a Matrix film.
Crowded fight scenes.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get it.
Like, why is there a fucking coffee shop full of SWAT? That doesn't make any sense. They're meant to be clever.
Yeah,
it's like
Neil Patrick Harris is just sitting on a chair in the middle of a room.
Then he just being an obnoxious prick with a cat that isn't even real. And he gets his ass kicked, and then he's like, oh, cool. And fucking
jaw. What was it at the end? Why is she able to just like click her fingers?
Yeah, what was that?
And his jaw just comes back on, and then she kills him again and just clicks her fingers and he comes back. He's the architect, right? Why?
Yeah.
Why she?
And then they're just like, he's like, oh, go.
To like,
they're just like, do whatever you want. Like, they're just in creative mode for no reason. And I thought, oh, that'd be funny if she just endlessly tortures him, like punches, like kills him forever, but just keeps bringing him back to life. That'd be like due for him, as it were. But then they're just like, nah, we'll just leave you to it. I'll just leave you to sit in your crappy chair in your crappy house.
We just want you, because now we're trying to like make people realise that you can do anything you want again.
Yeah, but then what I wanted was to leave.
I was stuck in this. I want to leave.
What we want is a decent script.
I can't leave because I just need to see.
Because I've spent £36 to get here, and I suppose value lost. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I thought maybe because Neil Patrick Harris is like, oh, you tried to kill yourself. But it turned out he's actually just trying to fly. He's like, okay, there could be something to salvage from there. But then you're like the fake pigeon. He's like, oh, it's not so hard. Like, not even like how if he was that crazy, he wouldn't be let outside.
If he's just that horrible stereotypical crap film thing where they just take and just swigging neat spirits on the top of a building, and I'm just gonna. That's not the Matrix.
Yeah, maybe tied into a loss he suffered.
I don't know what.
But he fucking died to save the human race.
To have tried to commit suicide.
Yeah,
but
I know.
It wouldn't have been a bottle on the rim.
He probably couldn't commit suicide if he wanted to.
Because he's the one.
He's the one. He fucking knows. Fucking.
Oh god, cheese. Just fucking rotten.
I know, rotten cheese. This has set a new low, honestly.
For film.
For film.
Cinema. You know?
This is.
God, did they even watch the fucking original trilogy before they said about making it? I don't understand.
Lana.
Was it the other sister who came up with all the fucking ideas?
Lana, the fucking whatever her name is now, and Joel Silver, I suppose, because we don't think about the producers, but now that I think about it, they're probably like half, if not all, of the fucking talent, as it were. I say talent, but but we have a pretty good idea now, I think, who behind the scenes. Like, Lana just wanted to do all the crappy fucking whimsical feminist bullshit, as it were, probably. And then the others are just like actually making it good. probably. Like, how could you go so far downhill? It's extraordinary.
Yeah, try and resurrect that.
Maybe, yeah, they just had one great idea and then didn't have any other great ideas. Although V for Vendetta is alright.
Like, I know people critiqued, like, at the end of the very first Matrix when he starts flying. So they're like, oh, here we go, he's just starting to fly now, like Superman.
Yeah, we'll just stand on the road.
And you can contempt that if you want, but even so, they fucking used that to their advantage, and they pulled out some sick scenes, like some of the sickest scenes, especially when he catches
Trinity, and then pulls the bullet out of her heart. Come on, that's just great.
Yeah.
Like, and then restarts the heart, because I think that was meant to be inspiring, because it was like the architect telling him that it's hopeless and that there's literally no chance, and then he just does it anyway. Like, that's meant to be inspiring.
Yeah, that happens so many times. Even the Oracle, who doesn't even make an appearance.
The Oracle isn't in the film.
She doesn't. She's what? She was terminated.
They just said that the Oracle died, even though she was like one of the main characters. Like, oh, she got purged off screen. Like, she's the fucking Oracle. She's like the strongest person in the Matrix.
She's meant to balance out.
Yeah. Like,
why is he there?
Like, maybe show her getting killed or something, and that would have been like, oh my god, actual stakes.
And then they brought the little girl back.
Yeah.
She's dad turned out to be an asshole.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, they fucking ran the Matrix sorting system.
Maybe that was the deal that he had to cut.
Probably. I don't know.
Get him going.
But then, how would he have known?
Yeah.
We can let him.
Well, the fucking kiss me. She can kill me. Okay.
No, I meant the Indian guys.
Oh, the Indian guys, not the. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. And then she's just like, she somehow knew everything for no reason.
Yeah, but that's okay. You can get away with
I
that.
suppose.
We only know what we need to know. Really.
Yeah, but
Get
to
away
be
with,
fair,
but
yeah,
even
how much
so,
what is there to know?
But even so, when you're like, even this film, you're like, why is it like that? You know, you don't have the same. And we only watched the trilogy this morning.
Yes.
So it's not like, oh, we've forgotten what it's all about.
No.
It was fresh in our minds. It was still like, why is it like this?
I know. It's such a jarring influence, and the visual effects as well. They're just like, oh, there's no green tint. There's no
green.
There's no cool shots. There are no cool shots. It's just everything just looks like a sprinkly. Looks like a cake.
No, it looks like a fucking.
cheap.
It looks like a season of some bollocks. Like
So cheap.
modern Netflix series all about girls gone shopping.
I know. Script so bad, so animated. Fucking Jada Pink. Yeah, like, oh, you saved the human race. Oh, but we're gonna fucking throw you in a cell for no reason.
Well, I felt like
And then I don't.
They weren't grateful.
Yeah, because then they elected
She was-
Morpheus to be like the top dude.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, and then he just like thought everything was going to be okay, and he didn't do anything, and then they let it all slip. I can't quite imagine.
Like don't
There's a
even.
whole council.
They didn't even show that. Like, what happened to Morpheus? And she just doesn't. She's not happy to see Neo. She's like, doesn't hug him. She's not like over fucking joyed. She's just like, oh, I never thought I'd see you again, and then proceeds to roast him for
And
nothing.
he just is apologetic about everything.
Yeah, he's not. Doesn't have an ounce of fucking pride.
How long was that film that we just watched?
I don't even want to comprehend it.
How long do you reckon it was? 2 hours?
Over 2 hours.
Over 2 hours. How long was the very first Matrix?
Probably about 2 hours.
About 2 hours. The stuff they managed to get into that
I know.
2 hours is like, how, like, what the hell is going on with fucking film?
What happened?
What? They spent 25 minutes. Fucking.
I know.
I don't know what.
They just
What
spent. They spent in a cafe with a bunch of annoying arseholes who then they didn't get shot. That's what I wanted. I wanted them all. I wanted actual Agent Smith to just walk in there and shoot them all dead, and then it'd be like, thank fuck. They're like, oh, who's this? Can I help you, sir? Shut the fuck up. And when
Agent Smith ends up killing the architect in the end.
but he doesn't even kill him. He just punches him around a bit.
No, he does shoot him at the very end.
But he's like, but he's like grateful to Neo because he set him free. He's like,
unlikely partnership.
yeah, but they didn't even.
He's not even wearing a suit.
He's Agent Smith. He hates all humankind. He doesn't. They don't wear suits. It's such a fucking wank job.
Yeah, even the agents at the beginning did wear a suit. That's how much of a fucking discrepancy there is in consistency.
Yeah.
That the agents aren't. They don't wear the same things.
And they're just like, oh, anyone can be an agent now. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, but that was the same before.
But like,
style.
but now like they can all be an agent all at once. Oh my god! And the fucking bit where they dropped out the windows.
Oh yeah! Now they've turned them into bombs.
Well, people are bombs now.
Oh,
you can be anything.
Suicide bombers.
Oh, it's literally just like World War Z.
The fucking fear into people. Fucking it's modern terrorism for you. Everyone's now fucking terrorists.
Everybody gets mind controlled and turns into a fucking a human fucking meat cannon.
Meat grenade.
That's what you are now.
Oh god.
And it's literally just like World War Z, all this fucking army of mindless arseholes.
Yeah, it just kind of turned a bit zombie at the end.
Yeah,
which
they're
was
just
really weird.
And they didn't like have an awesome kung fu his way out, and they didn't have a complimentary soundtrack.
No.
And some bits, they combined the fucking in the beginning film. In the first film, they combined the instruments so well, and then to give it an element of presence, and he's like bending reality around him.
Oh my god!
And then it's just like this time around.
They would have done well to have just featured a spoon.
Yes,
That's all they need to do.
a still image of a spoon would have been
spoon.
more entertaining.
Yeah.
Or
maybe even a couple of CDs of like,
yeah,
you know, from the 90s.
Not even-
Morpheus's face somewhere.
maybe just like, or even just him like trying to play with a spoon in the coffee shop. Like, oh my god,
Stirring the fucking coffee with a spoon. That would have been enough.
that would have been good. He's like discovering his old self, but they didn't even bring up spoons.
Mate.
They didn't bring up fucking.
I can't imagine that anyone who worked on this new one even knew what the fucking Matrix was.
You would be amazed.
Is this how far into? Maybe this is the depth of
I think it.
the original Matrix. So what I was saying before is, I reckon, maybe I've said it already, but it's worth saying again, that the original Matrix was onto something, so they just had to. This was like a smear campaign. Just take any fucking originality out of it again.
Yeah,
and now the new viewers will just think
All the 12-year-olds who think, oh, that's the guy from Fortnite. Like,
it's just not. Yeah.
that's what they will think. Because most young people haven't seen the original Matrix. And they'll never know just how far it's fallen and how great the first ones were.
I guess another silver lining is it's so bad that you can't put them together. You know, you can't. You can call it the Matrix Resurrections, but you'll just watch the Matrix and then leave the Resurrections.
Yeah.
It's unresurrected. Leave it in the ground.
Leave it.
Bury it.
Let it
Dig it deeper.
Oh shit.
let it turn into oil
Hold on to that spade.
and
bury it.
fucking turn a spade into a pickaxe and forge something new and good.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just being poetic.
It's just a game. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's fucking.
Oh,
40 minutes of rant there. And there's at least another half an hour that we had before.
fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Come on, there's some scenes there that were coming back.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to remember. Like, don't want to restart. I'm not trying to restart anything, but Jesus, the fucking.
Well, we
like,
might as well. 'Cause they fucking done a bad job. Of
yeah, my adrenaline just peaked such a tiny bit for 2 seconds with the machines shooting each other, and they couldn't even gratify that for more than 2 seconds.
Wait, what was the scene? Was that the scene? There was a scene where they were kind of like flying through. Oh yeah, that's what I don't understand as well. The fucking
Yes,
ship.
the ships are just on the surface now. Just,
Well, and they were also in the machine world.
Yeah.
In the machine city, completely unmolested. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're
Yeah.
just gonna drive right in here and just fucking
know.
drop people off like it's
So-
a fucking taxi.
But then fucking Pinkett Smith is like, oh, you're putting us in danger because we gotta stay hidden. Like, what? Who are you hiding from?
And what was the new Zion called?
IO.
Why?
IO. They literally just took the middle letters. That's how lazy they were.
I.O. What do you owe them? You fucking owe them all a
IO,
refund.
IO Disney.
Yeah. All of
Probably.
the fucking viewers you owe a refund.
Dude, fucking Nora.
What is I.O.? Where's I.O.?
In real life, well, that's actually a good metaphor, perhaps. Because in real life, Io is one of Jupiter's moons and it's meant to be just a big volcano planet, basically. So it could just be like a hot steaming pool of lava.
Yeah, but do you think that that's where they actually got it from? I mean, they didn't have any. If
didn't,
so, that
yeah.
was like the deepest thing in the whole film.
Yeah, just changing the name.
And
they
I
like-
think the way I just fucking when Neil Patrick Harris was like at the end reaching for his cat,
Oh, fucking hell, you just
so
wanted
the,
them.
so he could
like-
ring the bell and then
and-
send him. You know, you could see it. What he was thinking. You're like,
Okay.
what a wanker! That's just the shittest thing you could possibly do.
Yeah,
And it's not going to work. And then they hold hands and then everything blows up.
yeah, because like, oh, they're united.
Yeah, I
fucking
get it. Like,
not
that
kung
is
fu,
more
just,
powerful, but
not
yeah.
just fucking fling each other around.
Like costume,
Oh my
choreography,
costumes.
fucking cinematography,
They're
no
like-
fucking script,
like-
no fucking filters on the fucking camera. What the fuck?
It was just like orange. That was the only filter. Orange and a crappy grey. They didn't even show the machine city. They didn't show anything. Yeah, everything. Everything was wrong.
Why did the boss?
They just dress
pull
up
out
like
a cigarette?
Yeah,
Why is he smoking?
that's not a cool thing. He doesn't wear sunglasses.
No one. Is there a single cigarette in the trilogy?
Yeah, no.
He
There's
doesn't.
no
he
point
don't
to it.
need
He doesn't indulge in sensory pleasures. He's a fucking robot.
Oh yeah, he was a fucking robot. I thought
don't know.
maybe there might have been some like, you know, if we don't satisfy our impulses, what does that really make us human or something?
Oh, they could have done that, but then they're
But
just like,
he could
nah.
have just said that rather than being a wanker with a. And sometimes, Tom, we have our differences.
Oh, can I smoke?
Too much. I mean, they're in a big blue room. That I noticed straight away. Is like, there's nothing green in there.
Yeah.
This isn't the Matrix.
There's like billions of people living out their lives oblivious.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like,
Flashback.
I love that line. Like, don't even apply it to anything. Just take the line.
But they say the line, and they're like, yeah, that was a good line.
All right, see ya. They just take the best line. Not even the best. But oh my fucking. And the costumes. Like, oh, why Agent Smith just looks like a fucking. Just a random.
A-pop, Switch, cool names.
Yeah.
And then what are the names?
What was it? Like, fucking. Not.
Just
And the operator, like, oh, that could be cool. Like, oh, they invented a system where he's like in the fucking Matrix with them. But then they're just like, nah, he just stands around looking at nothing, and he looks like a right douche with his
He's a bit
half,
like a Cortana.
half blue glass. Yeah, like Cortana, but not useful, and not hot.
Oh yeah, the glass thing.
Like the douchey glass on his head, and
the
that
way the way that she introduces the team.
Yeah, that
the
wasn't.
ship was like exactly the same, but nowhere near as good.
But worse in every way. Nothing comprehensive. It's just like crappy names. All of them survive. I really hope that the zombie horde at the end would tear them to pieces. Like, fuck yes, give me some blood. And then and he has a chat with a random girl who's like, oh, I can't even. I'm trying to remember what she said. She's like, I tried to believe long ago, but then it turned to, but I couldn't. I don't even know.
You know when I really was like, okay, just shoot me now, was when they what did they refer to?
The machines is the synthiates.
What's the other word for an anomaly? Like
Anomalium.
the anomalium.
The anomalium.
Oh God!
Fuck off! What is this?
You can come up with.
You people are meant to be clever.
How much money do you?
The anomalium.
Oh.
Nobody in their right mind would fucking use that word. No, but they'd use maybe try and pull out some cool Greek word or something. But nah, we'll just put 2 more letters at the end. We'll call it the anomalium. The anomalium.
Just so people understand that it's
Like, it's an anomaly. Just got to make sure.
Yeah, but there's 2 anomalies, which is kind of defeats the point.
Yeah,
of the
the-
anomaly.
yeah.
So I just call it an anomalium.
And they're just in their own chamber. And and the bit when she was like, she's talking to Neo, who fucking defeated them all. It's like, we don't call them machines, we call them synthiates. It's like, get fucked.
God.
What is this? They're they tried to kill everyone, and you're like, they're trying to call them synthiates.
And the fucking inconsistency, because the machines
Yeah.
in the Animatrix, if any of you have ever fucking heard of that,
Watch the Animatrix.
when they convert the machines, they have a green light, don't they?
Yes.
They're not red anymore.
They have a green light.
But these were all still red lights. It's like,
And then there's
missed
like
a trick there.
one crappy blue one that just looked like something from Disney had made it.
Yeah.
And the animate.
And then it said something.
And then it started talking.
It just
and
looked backward.
and they just gave him.
Job. Why
just
is there a fucking?
And there's like one of them just grabs Neo like it's nothing without any challenge. Just like he unplugs him like, okay, that's copying the first film.
They lie him down face down.
Like he's on a massage table.
God.
It's like, what are you doing?
Just drop him on his face and he doesn't
There's
move.
literally one of those massage tables on his face.
I thought no one was going to do that. I thought he was just going to die on that table. Like,
It's like-
there's a pillow on his face and he can't roll over. He's just going to die.
He literally just can't move.
Oh
It's like,
my God.
fucking hell.
I think this film was only made to be viewed by the people who made it.
Or just fucking.
Because
Bunch of
clearly no
douches.
one who gave a shit about the Matrix was involved in this
Yes.
film.
Like
Sorry,
the first,
Lana,
like
but
I
what the fuck?
felt bad watching the first when they were like flying through the bits where they grow all the humans, all those red capsules. Like, oh please, just somebody like remember this how it was in the first time. Because if you saw that the first time, that'd be horrific. Then they're just like, oh.
Yeah,
They just don't
and
care.
It was like recreated this when he wakes up, but not as good.
Not as good at all. He just gets carried like a fucking,
Oh, yeah.
like a tortilla, wrapped up, just watching everything all limp. Like, oh, where am I? I'm in the machine city. Oh, it's not like I died here. And then the way they drop him, they just plonk him on the table. Like, okay, do you want to get chopped on the back? Shall we sort out your holes?
It was cringy.
It was so cringy.
And again, like when he's just like in the room after he's woken up for the first time, he's like, I can't go back. And I know, yeah, we've all been there. And it was like the exact repeated scenes, but just without any essence.
Nothing cool about it. The fucking train station fight was dog shit. They're just like talking half the time and like flipping each other around.
Why do they even mention they're in Japan? We're in Japan.
Yeah, that was
So-
completely pointless. Like
so what?
the train bit could have been so cool, but yeah, obviously you can't hear anything, and they use mirrors to travel now, which is pointless.
They close some doors sometimes and open them in new places, which we did see.
Yeah, but then that doesn't. But they didn't integrate that in a cool way at all. And the fucking like, the mirror, you change perspective, like it'll get bigger. Like no, it didn't. It just stayed the same size because they tried to fit through a small.
Yeah, he was trying to be funny.
And all these people were tagging along, and like they had no character, but for some reason they all survived. It's like, oh my god, does someone either die or get developed, or both?
Get developed.
Please just get developed, evolve, and grow as a person. Make me give an inkling of a shit.
Yeah. And then there was one guy. Oh yeah, that one guy on the ship was like his biggest fan.
Yeah.
And if you ever have a chance, maybe we could have a chat. I've got some questions.
Yeah.
No.
And then he, that same
nothing.
guy was like, "Oh, we got to escort you to prison for no reason."
No, it wasn't the same guy, was it?
Was it?
No.
But then
no.
I don't know. And then he.
But even that guy was like, "Yeah, you're a legend. By the way, I'm sorry, we were blocking you up."
Yeah, that was it.
And he was just like, "Yeah, okay, I'm sorry." Man.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm Neo.
And then the guy would come in and be like, "So, are you gonna get out or what?
Yeah.
You got any life left in you, you fucking old dog?"
Come on, wakey, Neo. And then they're like,
"We're more interested in growing strawberries."
that's literally what they're like.
Strawberry. Do you remember the slop that we used to have? No.
That tasted like not chicken but rust.
Yeah, no.
That never got mentioned. Look, all we see
Taking billions of pounds of make a strawberry.
to make only like one of the most mediocre. Well, it's not mediocre, but if you could grow strawberries, then just grow watermelons or weed.
Yeah, they must have
I
gone
don't know.
beyond strawberries.
Yeah.
60 years.
60 years, and that's what you have to show for it. You sit underground growing strawberry.
Yeah, I mean
With a bunch of-
somehow. Well, how many? They were 250,000, was it? With 20? Yeah,
Quarter-
250,000
250,000
people
and
were
then-
alive in Zion.
and they didn't.
by the
I don't
time he
know.
died.
Yeah, and then I don't
And you
know.
didn't even see anything of the place.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, it
just
looks
like-
kind of pretty, and they had all these programs, but as like magnet people floating around
Yeah,
like,
a couple of them.
for no
There
reason.
was Morpheus and then another one. Who was
Yeah.
like,
Oh hi, I grow strawberries for fun.
and he was, I don't
he
get,
did-
he was like emphasized, like with
Yeah.
a name
And they give
more
them
words.
give them crappy names.
and then that's it. Then what's the point?
Give them crappy names.
I mean, think of all of the characters who, when Neo returns to Zion and then he wants to get freaky with
Yeah.
thingy in the elevator and then it opens
Yeah.
and all those people, the
Yeah.
VIPs are there.
Yeah.
Like, all of those people have played an amazing role. I did a much better job.
They were just
They still
extras.
didn't need to say. I mean,
Well,
one person
like-
said, "Yeah, you know, my son." And
Like, oh help! Like,
Yeah.
oh, I've got. Please help me! I need help my son. Jesus.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like it could be like a little bit stupid. You can make a bit fun of it, but at least there were people there. But there just wasn't anyone around.
I mean, there was the couple of there's like the one scene before the mayor of Vinci turned up where they're like, "Oh, so what do you think of this guy then? Anyway?"
Yeah.
You know, oh yeah, old guy, big
Like I
one. Oh
thought-
yeah, well, he'll probably get us all killed. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that could be like funny in a way, in that he proves them wrong horribly. But no, it's just. And then the exiles come back, and they're just the twins weren't there because they could have survived, and it'd like been cool if they survived, and then they kill them again. And then some of the other guys that he killed the first time, but no, just a bunch of Mongolians who can catch bullets with their teeth.
Oh yeah, weird.
And then it's like,
why was that? Yeah.
they're older than you, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening here. And then, the mayor of Finn.
Yeah, I mean that
Jesus
must have been
Christ.
an embarrassing fucking thing for him as well.
It's like,
Just, can you help us out, mate? Because we need something.
we need to get
They're all
more
friends
than
with my sister. Okay, so you're the only one who would talk to me.
Yeah, it's the only one who would. Yeah, I know. The crazy fucking hobo French guy. Not all the other badasses, just the.
Oh god.
Not fucking the cool Agent Johnson, I think his name was, or the Keymaker.
Yeah, none of the original agents. Fucking.
Yeah.
The Oracle wasn't there. The dude who looked after the Oracle wasn't there.
Yeah, Sarah, he could have been there.
Sarah. Fucking.
How can they?
Keymaker died.
Like, I wouldn't. If I were them, I wouldn't
How
consider.
can you get from that original architect
Yeah.
to fucking Neil Patrick Harris?
I mean, I think he's all right as a
an
young,
actor,
as a
but
younger version of him,
Yeah,
and he
but-
could be cool,
Why doesn't he?
but he
does.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really exude malice, perhaps.
Exude much, isn't
Oh my fucking! But if I were fucking them, I wouldn't consider making the film with so many of the older actors absent. Like, you know, there'd just be no point to it. If you're making a fucking comeback film, what's another old franchise with cool people in it that we like?
With what?
Well, it'd be like if they made Lord of the Rings again, but with just Gandalf and no one else, or just Frodo and Sam.
Yeah, but then it's unfortunate because you can see through
like,
it.
it's just sad.
Why it's made to be like churned out as like another money-making thing.
Yeah.
There's no essence of the original story.
No
to it
decent essence
whatsoever. No one's made a fucking effort. And
no effort.
People are getting paid.
Yeah. It's fucking dog shit. It's so fucking dog shit. People are getting sick of it.
You should be paying people to watch that film.
You should be paying.
You're taking it out of your own personal fucking bank account.
Yes, because these people have fucking millions. If they combine their earnings, they should be paying people to not watch this film, or fucking paying for a remastered edition of the original Matrix, because people would watch that. And another thing I just noticed is that more Matrix actors have appeared in John Wick than have appeared in this film. In the John Wick films, I can remember like at least a good 3 people who have made an appearance.
The Keymaker.
The Keymaker's in it. He's an old doctor. Bodyguard as the big agent.
Obviously Neo.
Yes. and the guy who gets stabbed in the eye is also apparently the guy who gets clubbed with that spiky mace at the end. The guy in yellow, apparently.
What, in the Merovingi fight scene?
Yeah, at the end. The last guy to get killed. Yeah. And so they...
God.
Yeah, there's basically all the Matrix people are just going to John Wick and all their awesome stuff.
Yeah, I mean...
And then Matrix just got left behind.
The Resurrections, right?
It's such an apt title.
Just re-release the fucking original ones, and you'll make the money that you want to make.
Yes.
You know, just do some promo in the cinemas. Get all the local cinemas to fucking re-screen them.
Yeah.
And you'll get more. You'll get 3 times, 4 times, 5 times more revenue than the effort that you've gone to fucking please some people about making a wanky film.
Ignore it.
And
it's impressive. Just
whatever you do not even fucking consider making a 5th one.
Fuck no.
Because if you do,
don't even try.
No one will fucking go. That is going to
you will blow everything if you do that.
You're going to be just lost money. But hey ho, maybe you need to do that to fucking learn. That
maybe
what this was just dogs.
Like how far can people go? How far does it have to go for people to just give up on these people? Because they give them so many chances, but they just use the money to make more shit. And then people are just going to get sick of it. And the 5th film, if they make it, they should call it Matrix Reanimated. That's what it should be called. That would be because it'd be a literal zombie.
The Matrix
The Matrix. Fucking hell.
I don't even know anymore. A shout out to Keanu, because dude, like the original film,
he's
John Wick's pretty sick. You seem like a dude.
He is a dude. No,
but just don't give in, man.
No.
Leave it alone.
don't let you are unstoppable. Not unstoppable. No, that's not the word I meant. But this will not tarnish your career.
No, there's a slight blemish, but that's it.
A tiny old blemish, but you'll be all right. And
whatever you rip up the contract, just fucking
just wipe your ass with it.
Yeah.
And then grow your hair back out.
Yeah.
Be a badass again. Kill more people with Halle Berry, whoever. Halle Berry would have been a decent addition.
Yeah, she could have. She would have made
better. I don't know. Get an actual old person, like you said, and also, what was I going to say?
Some actual, I mean, he's crammed full of philosophy.
And they didn't. Yeah.
What was the most philosophical thing you got from this film?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Time is meaningless. Your life is meaningless. All that matters is fucking All that matters is feminism.
I mean, the black cat being called deja vu.
Oh, that's such a douche. Who, you wouldn't even... Who in there fucking...
Maybe it was made by AI.
Maybe it was a bot. The film was a bot.
Maybe it was... It must have been...
They're just
the
so...
producers just fed it to a computer and they're like, you do it.
An experiment in shittiness.
See what it comes out with.
And then how bad it'll prove their message that AI is dangerous. Like, look at what an AI made. People, look upon thy works in despair. In the words of Ozymandias. That's the most philosophical thing. But also, yeah, Keanu. Yeah, we know that you're too nice to call Lana on this. So, because we know that if anything were up to you, it would be 100 times better. If at least. I don't know, like he done it. Yeah, it must have been everyone else's absence, or the fact that they just didn't care that led it to be so bad. I don't know. It's fucking shocking.
It has to run pretty deep because everyone involved, like that's quite a substantial film still put together, you know, there's like a lot of moving parts to bring together, but individually they're still, it takes a lot of people, surely.
Yes.
And any one of those people at any point could just put their hands up and say, don't you think this is a bit shit?
I know! It's incredible!
But
these are fucking paid script writers and choreographers and directors.
Level. Like, does it run so deep that all those different parts are just so
all those fucking annoying hipsters at the beginning. Like you think you were taking the piss, but no, those are probably the people that made it.
Yeah.
How can
you think you're being funny, but you're actually just like...
How can a room of fucking grown adults who are supposedly involved with the first film even... Like, they couldn't even shit out this film. This is like Human Centipede.
It's got to go through...
It's got to go through 100 people.
Digestive tracts.
To squeeze out everything that anyone loved.
Take any substance,
like any quote, any fucking shot, it's mine, or it's either mine or we're removing it.
Oh,
unbelievable. Could have been amazing, but they just had to to live up to the reputation of modern film.
Yeah. I held out. You know, I fucking gave The Hobbit a chance.
Yeah, we give him
crashed out, so I didn't even bother with the last fucking film.
Give him so many chances.
And this one, I was just so hoped. So hoped it could just like do something. You know, I mean, it had such a hell of a lot to live up to. The fucking kudos again to the Animatrix, because that thing just like fucking that followed. Absolutely.
Yes, the Animatrix is horrible. Well, I mean, the second and third episodes are traumatizing, but that shows how good it is, and it complements the main story so well.
It does, yeah, and it was beautifully put together. Really lovely, like awesome team. What you pumped out there was fantastic.
Yeah.
So again, it was like, a little bit of hope, and then. Yeah. Fucking hell, someone comes and shits in my eyes and takes my money for it. Like, that's
with a big fucking man vagina.
Just incredible. For all the wrong reasons.
People thought, like, oh my god, people thought that Star Wars did this. Like, The Last Jedi was shitted upon by everyone to an extraordinary degree, and oh my god, people they'll be saying the same about this, but somehow worse.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I want to say like whatever you do not watch this film. And that's not meant to be like it's so bad that you just got to go and see it. It's like, no, genuinely
fucking
leave it alone.
Save your money.
Save your money. Go for a walk.
Write your own fucking story.
Write a note to yourself. If you have to go and watch it, write a letter to yourself, just like getting to know where you are in the world right now, how you feel about yourself and things, relative your relation to the world.
Know yourself.
Then go and watch that film if you must, and then write it again and see how different you feel about everything after it.
If you think you can live with it, bloody Nora. If you think it's worth the money and the sore ass,
just oh my god, for your sake, we're only thinking of you. Like,
we're showing you more sympathy than
please
everyone at Warner Brothers. Yeah, it's almost
it's just a bit
being called Warner now is a bit it's gone down a
embarrassed to be Warner Brothers.
Fucking hell. What have you done?
We've held on to that for so long. We're like,
I think a red flag should have been in the opening sequence where they used the Looney Tunes Warner Brothers sequence, like on the side of a water tower or something.
Was it?
Do you remember that? I think it was something stupid like that.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh my bloody Nora! Like, we were excited when the opening sequence was like, the cool, the cool theme with the fucking Warner Brothers logo in green, and then the numbers like beep 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 beep. Oh my god, the thing. And then it immediately descended into crap.
Oh, it was so immediate, wasn't it?
It was fucking
I mean, that is like that is volatile,
fucking
top to bottom,
chili powder,
half a frame.
Unbelievable.
Jeez.
It's the worst kind of cheese.
I wish I had a better vocabulary to be able to slander.
Got to learn other languages to find new words. Russian. Maybe this will inspire other people to just make podcasts.
I mean,
whatever the angry is.
Well, we were saying we could have made that film better. Ourselves.
Because
with a fucking
if we had the money, we could do it. In all seriousness.
We've got a GoPro, mate. I'm pretty sure we could do a pretty good job. But we've got to make a short film about.
We're gonna make a film. We're gonna have
our post viewing.
We're gonna have a funeral for the Matrix. Wait for it to come out on DVD so we can burn it or shred it or something.
Yeah, just as long as people can see it's still in its original packaging.
Maybe have 1999, watching in a cinema, and then 22 years later, cut to sad violin music. What happened? Where did my life? It makes me feel like I've done nothing for 22 years.
Oh, Kes, if we watched that film again and just picked it apart again, we could come up with a really good.
We genuinely could.
Story about how impactful the Matrix was on us.
Yeah.
In a genuine way, and then how terribly that one impacted us.
I know.
And we're questioning, where did it all go wrong?
Where did it? We gotta.
And we'll just try and do our own genuine resurrection.
Yes.
Where even if we just got on a go-kart and pretended to be that who was that fucking Daredevil?
Evil
Knievel. Yeah, just put a cape on and just go over the jump. We've fucking done more.
We've put more effort in. These people have fucking millions of dollars. They have zero excuse. And they had Neo crashes a car and then they jump over it, but it's not even that was good. Not even. The crappy motorcycle chase.
Well, he finds us straight away, doesn't he?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And if you were to
How
compare
was
that,
I? You were really blue too.
oh my god,
God.
piercing blue eyes good enough.
Oh,
Shut the fuck
God.
up.
Oh,
God damn.
And even the pills.
The
Why
pill-
are the pills look different? They weren't consistent. Like it's not. Surely not that. It's not like they would.
They didn't look like anything you'd eat.
No, they were like. You could have made them the same as the original ones.
Oh my god.
Fine. You know?
Maybe having like overdosing on pills or something. And he gets too awake or too dulled down. I don't fucking know.
I was just a montage of him looking out windows drinking coffee.
It didn't feel like everyone was against him. It was just one guy, and like, how does that work? Bloody Nora, but like, oh my blue, oh my.
Dropped in a couple of like new ideas about his image being changed.
Oh,
They made him hard to find. Like, oh, okay, you can kind of
But
latch onto that with a fucking fingernail. And then the anger thing, producing more energy.
Yeah,
Okay,
but,
yeah, kind of get that.
but then he doesn't get angry. He just.
But then what does the architect say about my predecessor was like,
Oh, he loved equations or something, but
equations love to keep everything in balance.
but I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna torment you for no reason. I don't know. And they couldn't fight. They couldn't. The guy's Morpheus's fighting costume just a douchey as fuck.
Yeah, when he like turns up at first. Oh god, you know when they end up at the lake?
Jesus Christ.
When he rolls in his like kimono or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, oh my god, it's just going to take like a really gay turn. Like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just not the Matrix.
It's like they're not
And then
as
he like
much as you suspect. They're gay like.
when that scene is rolling out, it's like, no, this is the only thing you're going to need. And then he proceeds to beat the shit into him.
I know.
And then say, yeah,
Fight.
yeah.
Come on.
Oh, where's your fight? Oh, you keep fucking beating me up, so of course I'm going to defend myself. You
You
prick.
fucking douchebag.
But I really thought it was
Like,
panning
but
out to that nature shot.
Yeah.
For him to be like, oh, this is what you need more of. Just nice walks outside. You need more fresh air in nature. I genuinely was like, this is where it's going. And then he rolls in with his command. I was like, oh my god, is this where it's going? And then he has a fucking massive explosion at the end.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, whoa, okay.
But okay,
suddenly,
but
we
like there
never
wasn't
don't-
really a
don't
fight,
see it again.
and they have he has that fight, but then he doesn't. They don't conversate about it afterwards like they do. He's not like, oh, you get hurt in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. Not like, oh, you're rediscovering your spark or something. It just cuts to a different shot, and it just gets never brought up again. They just have a shitty fight for no reason.
Yeah, true.
And
Plus, yeah, he mashed him in that explosion.
yeah.
But Morpheus is fine. Oh, I guess he is like
Wish
made
he-
of robots.
Oh, but I just
How
wish he
does
had
he
fucking
even get
died.
into the Matrix?
Yeah.
How do those little robots get in?
That doesn't.
Oh god.
Transferring his brain around. I don't care. Fucking. Like, oh, I just wish the Sentinels. They brought me back a little to a couple of hours ago.
Are there even any Sentinels?
There were a couple, but they just didn't do anything. They just floated around and then just like did that funny antenna bit. But then
I was just going to say, I don't remember them even pulling the antennas out.
I honestly don't know why it was a 15. Like they spent money. Like, I'll tell you what happened was in Logan, which is a fucking awesome film. It's one of my favorite films. Which you probably wouldn't think because I know you don't really like that kind of film, but it genuinely is awesome. He fucking I'm not like saying it's a big like step up, but it kind of is. That Hugh Jackman took a pay cut so that the film could be brought up from a 12 to a 15 rated, and that gave it much more room to be an awesome, like gritty, gory, awesome, bloody film. But this film had zero gore or blood. and there was barely any violence, because any point at which they were fighting, the fights were limp as shit.
With it, in the beginning, it said not graphic violence, but
like just mature violence. There was barely. It was only 15 because it was a Matrix film, but it was a 12 rated film. It was for fucking,
I don't know,
like a small children could have watched it. Like, they got shot, but there wasn't any blood.
No, but still people getting shot.
It wasn't like a guy in the second Matrix film, a guy gets impaled. Like bloody Nora.
It's more real.
Like,
Set design.
like,
What the fuck were people doing? I don't understand.
why not? Why not? People are fine with fucking violence. People, you don't go into a Matrix film and expect there not to be fighting.
Just well choreographed fights.
Yeah, these
like
weren't
the dog's bollocks.
that everybody loves them. It sounds cheap, but everyone loves them. It means it goes to show how much effort people are willing to put into anything. If they're willing to make it good and violent, then they can do anything else. Because Keanu worked so hard for John Wick. He's a fucking unit in his training for like hours a day. And then these people are just slapping punches around like they're children. I hope you can hear this. I hope this hasn't just been a waste of time. Well, even if it has, we could probably do another one and it would be just as...
I just like getting tired of even thinking about it.
Yeah. Talking for over an hour.
We're almost tired. It's like, if anything, it's just helped this journey go quicker.
Yeah, it really has. I barely noticed the time. Shall we just keep it going till we get home? Just so we can say that
well, as long as we've got things to say.
I mean, I'm still finding things to say.
There's still little moments that pop up. You're like, oh, yeah, what the fuck was that about? Why did no one say anything?
I know.
Did anyone actually see the fucking original Matrix?
How can you? They distorted it so much.
I can only think that it's because just that no one saw it, no one thought, no one put any effort into it. No one thought anyone deserved to see something good.
Yeah, they didn't. They fucking hated everyone who fucking wanted to watch it.
It's the state of society where we're just like drip fed shit.
That is it. They can't create anything good.
Push it through the shit churning machine.
Jesus Christ.
We're all eating shit, watching shit. Oh god. Inventing shit.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Like, yeah. If they care, if they know what they're doing, you can wait. But they just don't fucking give a shit. Like fucking, like I know it's another big blockbuster, but a good example I was saying is Justice League for Zack Snyder, and he fucking came back from his daughter dying to finish his film, and it was just such a fucking awesome, meaty, fucking through and through experience, and it was actually good. And you just compare that vision with people who just don't even try.
Oh, maybe that's the silver lining. It's like so awful
That is, yeah.
that it'll pull some of the original folks who worked on the originals together to be like, we have to do something.
We
about
have to
this.
fucking. We
We can't let this be the lasting legacy of the efforts that we put together.
Yeah.
Let's fucking remake the resurrection. Let's resurrect the resurrection, and then fucking do it right, do it properly. Fuck the story off. We'll
just
together.
yeah, that's what Logan did. It basically took the bits that it wanted, but retconned all the shitty Wolverine films, and then just did something amazing and awesome.
Yeah, put the fucking life back into Neo.
Yeah, give him some fucking welly. Oh god, he would have fought better if he was wearing wellies. And even the like how.
I don't think if you said, if I met you today and you said I worked on one of the original Matrix films, I'd be like, fucking shake my hand. If you said I worked on Matrix Resurrections, I'd say fuck off.
Wipe your hand in shit before shaking it. I'll have it give it a hefty wash in vodka.
I'd just go, oh, you should buy me a drink.
You should pay me to watch this fucking film.
Buy me a drink. Stole some of my life.
Fucking 5 hours gone.
Oh god.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
How was it that a film from '99 has better special effects as well than this film?
That's it. It's just this film has gone bollocks. This makes me not want to watch films.
I mean, it's like the main trend, but you still get really good ones that are independent, or not even independent, but good shit that isn't part of mainstream crap.
It looks, mainstream just follows like a formula and it just pumps out bollocks,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's like young, diverse, some similar kind of crappy fucking script.
Yeah.
Same fucking fight scenes, same fucking love stories.
No fucking.
Yeah. So all the same, so nothing's original. And people are starting to just go, well, we woke up from the first film, so we're not trying to wake up again, we're just trying to see something original.
Yeah. Like,
You give it a chance, and it fucking kicks you while you're down.
Yep. That's what happens. That's why people don't trust. They give a chance, they get screwed over. It's fucking bullshit. Like I don't know.
I wanted to go and see my friends and say, you should fucking watch the new Matrix. Oh my god, they fucking nailed it.
It's so good.
Instead I'm going to be like, oh my god, don't go.
Jesus fucking wept. It's appropriate for this time. Jesus wept. Jesus wept.
Jesus wept. Jesus
fucking.
Christ.
What was I gonna say? Like have Neo. Like he's been reborn, but he doesn't know why. He's like my He doesn't. He remembers his fucking sacrificing his life, but he's still in like a slump. And then maybe he meets Agent Smith, who like tries to mosey up to him.
But why?
I don't know.
When the fucking dude,
Like pull together all of his struggle
when the
in some way.
when Neil Patrick Harris fucking puts him back together, right? He was never decapitated at the end of the film.
Oh yeah, no.
He just was dragged away on a ship,
Yeah.
like in one piece,
He was
except
in
his
one-
eyes needed to be put
Yeah,
back in.
they fixed his eyes. And
But then he
that was all
ended
they
up
needed.
showing him like pulling open his chest and fucking stitch. We had to splice you back together. Neither of them got decapitated. So why was he fucking? And I can't imagine after they just declared peace because he just helped the machine, so they just decided to put him through the mincer.
Yeah. Yeah, why would they do that?
Unless he
say
wasn't
that.
the fucking original
I mean,
one.
they betrayed him, but they're not like.
They just Neil Patrick Harris is the one who's in fucking therapy,
Yes.
talking to himself
He's
about the
fucking
film that he watched 20 years ago, which he loved, and he wants fucking Neo as his buddy, and he wants to be able to control him to
That
make
would
him
have
do what he
been
wants
better.
him to do.
He wants to be friends with Neo, but then he's like, nah, and then he's like, oh, it becomes.
So he just finds himself in the fucking supermarket buying fucking minced beef, and then tries to put two people back together.
What a
Fucking
like maybe have
too
Neo.
many trips to the butchers.
Have fucking Neo as the mentor, or fucking anything.
lost his fucking eyes. Like, at no point did I think she is a lesser person.
Yeah, I know.
She was like the fucking babe.
She was a
gone all along.
fucking badass.
Yeah, they all were. They fucking all commanded it somehow.
Yes.
Even fucking Cypher, who was a dick.
Yes. we didn't like him, but he fucking had a presence, and you could, and you got him. And I mean, I'm not giving credit to shitty people, but at least he had a fucking fairly understandable motivation. Like something that wasn't pulled out of your ass. Like, I wouldn't want to live on a crappy old ship either. But they didn't have to. Like, he killed everyone. And that cool line, which I thought was inventive, like, I think it could be more real than... I think the Matrix could be more real than the other worlds. Yeah, I only pull the plug. You have to watch them die. That was a cool line.
Yeah.
That was them actually trying.
Yeah.
But then...
Even APOC and Switch.
Yeah, those were cool.
Those last
Switch
lines.
was cool.
Yeah. They still had more, like, gumption.
Yeah. I hope he gives him a gun and he's like, hope the Oracle gave you some good news, like, pow, fucking.
Yeah, straight in there. And not like this. Not like this. I mean, that's how it should be.
Yes.
The new,
That's how it
the
is.
credits.
It's not like this.
Credits. Not like
Not
this.
like this. What you say? What you say? What?
Yes, that's a spoof that we should.
That's a spoof.
It's pulling out like this film did, scenes from the originals where they just look
Sad.
and the quotes
grief.
like not like this.
Not like this.
Like this.
Repeat that line. Not like this.
Just
The
throughout.
purpose of life is to end. You must know it by now. It's pointless to keep fighting. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why get
Why
up?
do you persist?
Because
Maybe it's dead.
Because I want to get Disney's approval,
If there's a chainsaw in here, that would
and I want to get monetized.
Oh, that would be so funny. I bet you'd have
God,
to
we
comb
could.
through it and do it.
Yeah.
Take some time, but I reckon you could do something.
You just
That
have,
would be more memorable in people's minds than that fucking thing.
yeah. Yes, it genuinely would. People watch funny spoofs more than they watch the actual films if they're shit.
Oh, hello.
And you can just put like dub audio over it, and it would be good enough. In that way, it'd be so easy. Bloody Nora. Oh, we're making good time.
Should we we'll just get it to 1 hour 30 just for the sake of it?
Or maybe like we're almost home. We'll try and should we try and get it so that we get home? Just have some closing statements.
Yeah, okay.
If this hasn't fucking no, this is recording. It better save. I don't know. It's in documents. I'm thirsty from all the ranting. Bloody Nora.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I think we kind of.
Yeah, I'm sorry to have to tell Hawaii.
Do you think people know how we feel?
I think like it wasn't very coherent, but I think we got it. We got the message through.
Yeah.
We got the point across. we could do like a fucking 3-hour chronological review of every single thing we didn't like, everything that was fucking shite.
We could break it down, couldn't
We could,
we? We could do one of those. Just sit
because
there,
like it's rare that
press play.
it's rare
What
that
the fuck is that?
a film could warrant
Picture, you know,
this like literally an hour and a half of rage and roast. But this has earned it. It's earned the fucking the heavens
It
rise.
just goes to show that we've put more effort in than they did.
We've put more effort into this random phone podcast than they put into their multi-million-dollar film.
Oh my god.
I hope Keanu isn't too disappointed.
Yeah, I just want to give
been in anything else. Good.
Yeah.
I was in the film. Yeah. Alright. Yep, carrying the film. If there was anything to carry. Actually, nah. This film was a fucking
Don't worry, it'll be
ton
fine.
of bricks of pain and wasted opportunity.
It'll be fucking adventurous.
I think it's just a demonstration of where we're at in terms of Western film.
Watch Parasite.
Western society.
Parasite is a great film.
Just
Yeah. It was hard to bear at that
it really
point.
was, yeah.
Genuinely was. Like
The way it started, I was just like, no.
Yeah, I mean, it picked up a little with Neil and his speech. And I thought, okay, maybe some dark stakes, but nah, just went nowhere.
I don't understand how both the Resurrections and the original film can have roughly the same running time. And very different content out.
Yeah.
So different.
So different.
Unless we make a fire.
It's unbelievable. And the Matrix was actually diverse and cool and whatnot.
Fuck me.
If we cook, nah, won't be enough bones.
I think we're recording. Yeah, we are.
So I don't have enough words.
I'm just going to keep it going so we can say that we've kept this up literally all the way from Cardiff.
This is it, fellas. The day we...
Did you all save at the tent?
Fucking
Why the fuck didn't you save?
a gift to
Today
the
when we
ether.
prove our worth. All other...
Okay,
Oh no,
sorry.
no, 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 no,
It's
no,
much
no,
better,
no, no,
it'd be much
no, no,
healthier
no,
for
no,
us
we go
as
this
well.
way, obviously.
To not
Sorry.
have that lingering around in our
Yes.
cerebrum.
It's always good. Just get it out. I don't think I need any more strain in my life in this regard. It's out.
I didn't ask for much for my birthday, which was yesterday, but I definitely want that.
It almost makes me sorry. Jesus Christ.
No, you weren't to know. Like Neo wasn't to know that fucking Zion would collapse after he left.
As soon as he fucking died to save everyone, he wasn't to know that they fucking wasted his victory.
So what happened? So he died, there was peace for a time, and then the robots started fighting each other.
Yep, which would have been way better to
And then some of them joined the humans, and then they started fighting each
That
other.
kind of helped.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then Zion must have collapsed. And then they went to higher.
Jesus Christ. Your turn. Be brave.
I didn't understand everything about the original trilogy the first time around. I'm just going to understand it a little less if I have to watch that film again.
Ooh,
Yeah.
look at
That would be There's no like reference to anything. In the,
Yeah.
no, like philosophy, no room 101, no fucking.
Yeah.
Somewhere in hell will be a room where you're strapped to a chair with this film on.
Oh, I hear stuff.
Like any
It'd be a
film.
modern art piece.
Gotta be careful. Don't want to fall off anything.
Struggles of humanity.
We'll
Sit
just try
on the
and
fucking resurrection.
try and grab some NFTs while they're still ripe.
Baby.
Kill them. Worry about the babies. Kill them.
Like, I don't know.
It's scary, huh?
Fucking
Non-fungible, non-returnable.
something like that.
Oh, no turban. That's on fire.
Trinity stony faced. She jumps off a fucking building. That's literally what they were trying to kill themselves, but then
Yeah, even they wanted to.
they
end
wanted
it.
out. But then and Trinity floating was just a fucking unintended consequence. Like, I'm not doing this. Are you doing it? What do you mean? Of course she's doing it.
She floated. They floated in a really
let's
fucking
do that.
Dumb way.
random ass way.
And then she just flies up into the sky, and then suddenly they're back in the real world.
I
Like,
guess
Christ.
it's just 2 ways round.
And then
Oh.
she literally
They wanted to.
Yeah.
kicks
Yeah.
his fucking jaw off, which was
Yeah.
going to be like funny, but it wasn't. It was
And
just
then she
shit.
just clicks him back to life.
It just goes back. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. God, well, we're home now, so
Oh, I need a shit.
Oh,
I don't.
hello.
Well, that maybe a
Climax.
I need a
Oh, we can
You
go up
could
there.
come down.
cleanse.
Yeah, cleanse your soul.
Guys.
If anyone's to do with my phone.
Cleanse your spirit. Enjoy your birthday.
Take
Alright,
it.
well. That's about. Right, so
The Warner Brothers
the,
film reviews.
the actual Warner Brothers major film review, because actual official Warner Brothers has lost its reputation. Alright, well. Bye!